Hello, I'm Kathleen Hall, and this is the way I see it.
Hey, I'm Ken Pierre, and this is the way I see it.
Well, here we are at the beginning of December, and we begin the holiday season. And a word that a lot of people don't know, but you and I grew up
All
Catholic,
too
so we
well.
know what it is. It's called Advent, and it's the 24 days, which is about 3 weeks before the Christmas day. And in the calendar, what it means is you are preparing for the new year. So the new year actually begins the new year of Advent. And we usually look at this as some kind of religious holiday or some kind of thing that's only experienced in the Christian faith. But I really think that it's really important, Ken, that the people that I work with, lots of times they become stressed and depressed and they just, and overbooked, overworked, and overwhelmed. So they get so overwhelmed even in the holiday, they slide from 2017 into 2018, literally, and are just, whew, we got that over with. And what I would hope in some kind of metaphysical way, in a spiritual way, we can reclaim Advent. You don't have to be religious and you don't have to be Roman Catholic because it is a way for you to end this year, begin a new year, and reflect, um, do some introspection over 2017 and what's happened. What are the good, the bad, and the ugly? What are the people that have come in and out of your life, and who else needs to come and go out of your life? What about your job, your career, your children? What your family? How much family time are you spending? Are you unmarried? Are you alone? Do you want to stay in that state, which is glorious if you do? If not, what kind of changes can you make? So I think this is a great time of year. Again, instead of party time or going out or shopping all the time, let's not forget that this is a great time of year for these weeks of Advent to go within, to be a little silent, to maybe do a little meditation, get a cup of tea and go on your back porch, reflect on your life.
I agree all too well. In the past couple of years, I've gotten away from that totally. Just trying to regain myself this year, graduating, and just doing all kind of ups, but there was also a lot of downs. um, and I mean, it's just a big way to reflect and get back to your roots, get back to what you know you're supposed to be doing. Because I feel like society and social media brings you to a place where someone else gives you a narrative of what life should be, and I'm getting away from that. I'm not on social media as much. I'm really trying to, I read a lot more. I do a lot of things that I miss doing. Like, I really used to just read on my phone. Now, having a paperback book and just having a nice cup of tea or coffee
Yeah.
and taking what's around you in and being in the present.
Well, and also, don't you think this time of year, even with little Christmas cups or trees or the smells, don't you think it's a sensual time of year?
What?
Yeah, we're looking at lights and colors and
So
smells,
aromatic.
isn't it? Ears, music,
Uh,
isn't it? It's a
I
very
love it.
sensuous time of year too.
I agree. I agree. I love this time of year. Even though in growing up it hasn't been a good time for me, but now I want to create my own traditions, my
Yes.
own. Um, get back to who I am. Focus on myself because been not doing that for a long time, but
Yeah.
it feels good.
And also, I'd like to bring in something else to talk about before we leave today about the story of Advent and this time of year is I think it's really easy for us to see Joseph, who was a carpenter, and Mary, who was a young girl, and they get together and they have this child in a manger in a stable. And I think it's easy for us just to project and go, wow, that was God, that was Jesus, that was them. I think a lot of us are afraid to look at this like a Carl Jung or on a metaphysical or spiritual level. That this story, this nativity story, is the story of all of us. Like my father was a milkman, my mother was a housekeeper, very meager beginnings. I was born in a very small, tiny country hospital by my aunt, who was the nurse. So, and like myself, look wherever you were born with what your dad ran a store, your mother was a phlebotomist, and they both worked, and you were born in a hospital in New York. So wherever each of us came from, we have a same nativity kind of story, a common beginning.